So hello everyone, I'm Emma Humphreys from Henry Schein Dental, and today I'm here with Neil Carmichael. And Neil, could you tell us what you do within dentistry and how long you've been within the industry?
Well, I am Neil Carmichael, Executive Chair of the Association of Dental Groups, and I've been doing this job since February 2019, and I love it.
Great.
I do other things as well, but this is one of the key things that keeps me going.
So the ADG, was you at the beginning of its inception then?
No, it started almost 15 years ago,
Okay.
which is why we're going to have a celebration next year for the 15th
Brilliant.
year of the ADG, and our theme will be Shaping the Future of Dentistry.
Great. So can you tell us more about what your, I suppose, predictions are around the future of dentistry?
Well, first of all, if we're going to make sure that dentistry delivers for all patients, we need a bigger workforce. We need a workforce which contains all of the people that we need in terms of the team, and that we need more dentists, more therapists, more hygienists, more dental nurses, more everybody actually. They are all really valuable in the profession, and if we're going to deliver for all of the patients, which potentially could be 70 million, then we need a huge number of dentists. So that's the first thing we need to get right. The second thing, of course, is the technology issue, and how we can use the technology to help in so many different ways to deliver for patients the kind of care that they need, which must include prevention. And so artificial intelligence and other devices will help us in that trajectory. And then the third thing we've got to think about, which is really critical to everybody, is the demographic change that we are seeing across the whole of the globe, except for one continent, Africa, which is basically everybody's getting older and there are too few people being born. So we need to really think about that and how that's going to impact dentistry as a whole.
Are you working with the government as an association around them three areas?
We need to create policies and develop those policies to deliver on each of the fronts that I've just articulated to you. So yes, we do talk to government, we do talk to stakeholders across the piece, which include things like the BDA and other representative bodies.
Great. How can dentists make sure that they're keeping up with upcoming trends within the industry?
Well, one obvious thing to do is join the Association of Dental Groups, because we have a huge number of opportunities to learn from all sorts of different aspects and stakeholders within the sector. Our groups are really keen to participate in those activities, and everybody within those groups will benefit from that information. So that is one good thing to do, but there's much more. We can learn and read and actually savour all of the academic underpinnings in dentistry, because they're there, and some really interesting things being discussed and developed all of the time, and we need to be acutely aware of them.
So can anyone join, or do you have to be part of a dental group?
Well, you need to be a group,
But
once groups do, then they are part of the family, if you like.
Yeah.
We have well over 2,000 practices, and we are looking at groups who are expanding and developing really quite comfortably and well, and that's a good thing for dentistry as a whole, as we see dentistry changing, because you've asked me a question about where does it go. And you know, people don't live the same way as they did in 1960. They move around.
Yeah.
They go to different localities. They have much more sort of flexibility in their lives. They have more spending power, generally speaking. So groups can respond to those different needs and challenges. Yes. Look, all good groups are going to operate in a sustainable fashion, if you like, because resilience is about protecting for the future. And clearly having an eye on the environment and so forth is really important. And I think that what is coming along stream with technology, and also with changes of attitude of the patients and dentists, hygienists and therapists themselves, is all going to drive us to a world where we can feel safer and cleaner.
Yeah, whilst adopting sustainable dentistry.
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah, yeah. So how do you help your members in terms of maybe new trends within the industry?
Well, what we do is we find out what those trends are, and we're already seeing some of them. The demographic trends I've already referred to, but also the impact of artificial intelligence and other such technologies. I think some of the trends are about focusing on prevention. I think that I've seen across Europe and indeed the United States a focus on let's find out what we can through our dentistry work. So saliva testing, for example, is something I've noticed takes place a lot in the United States. That's about prevention because it's about discovering what the patient has or hasn't got and so on. So that I think is a clear and obvious trend, which is one to look to with some rigour. And then of course we've got other trends, like for example the NHS 10-year plan. It's thinking about more local delivery of services such as dentistry, which is good. So what we need to do in that context is say, well, how does dentistry fit in with the planned neighbourhood hubs or whatever they decide to call them? I've visited one up in Fleetwood already, seeing how dentistry might fit into that. And that's been a really interesting experience, but we need to have more flesh on the bones on that one. I think one of the great things about dentistry are the people in it. And we've got to celebrate those who are part of the story. Dentists, therapists, hygienists, dental nurses, practice managers, and so on. Because too often it's sort of criticism of dentistry because it's got a problem with the contract or whatever. What we actually do need to do is celebrate the excellence of dentistry in this country and just make sure we get more of it.
Great. And how do you suggest we do that?
Increase the workforce so that we have dentists all over the country able to deliver NHS dentistry, private dentistry and community dentistry. We are a mixed economy. We have all aspects of dentistry within the ADG. All of them do really important work and all of them need simply to have more professionals with them.
And one last question. What's your biggest piece of advice for an aspiring dental group owner?
I think the key thing about being a dental group owner is having the ability to lead, take people with you, understand how the vision is going to be articulated and deliver an overall plan which everybody can adhere to comfortably.
Great. Well, thank you very much.
Thank you.